this is exciting. Hi, welcome back to my channel. Slightly different one today because this is the question I get asked the most out of any question. It's like, how are you so body confident? How are you happy in your body? What can I do to make myself happier? I just feel awful about my body, etc. And spoiler alert, there is no quick fix. There isn't like one single thing I'm going to tell you today that you can either do or say to yourself, or there just isn't like a really quick, easy, short route, and if there was, we'd all know about it. So I kind of just wanted to talk to you about my body and the reasons I think I am happy and confident with it, and maybe hopefully you can take something from it. I also am going to use a lot of kind of like buzz phrases like body confidence, body positivity, and really I just a lot of the time feel content in my body, and I'm just like meh, like body neutrality kind of thing, and it's just like this vessel that I live in and I do really like, and sometimes I love it, but other times I'm just like, I have a body. And I think taking the focus off always loving your body and appreciating and worshipping it and all this kind of stuff, you're still making it the focus. So yeah, I do have this generalization with my body rather than like body love focus. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll notice that I don't post a huge amount of kind of like bow post stuff. I don't do really long paragraphs about like a body positivity journey or anything. I am more kind of short and sweet and tongue-in-cheek, and I don't really kind of rave about like loving my cellulite or my lumps that much, like here and there, but you won't see it as a focus on my Instagram because my body isn't the focus in my life. It's like a part of it obviously, but it's not something that I put that much time and energy into, and I'll come on to that. I've always found it really hard to attribute exactly why I have such a healthy relationship with my body. So a couple of months ago I sat down and I wrote what I think are the main reasons that I am just very happy with the way that I am. I reduced this to 5 core thoughts that I'm going to take you through now, and let me know in the comments if you get anything from it, if you can relate to any of this at all. I hope you can, and I do hope you enjoy watching this as well. I'll put all details below, how to follow me on all of the platforms, and let's actually have a discussion about this because it'd be really nice to reply to some of you guys. Number 1, it's a little bit like you are what you eat and we become what we consume, in my opinion. I never really even took into account the fact that the majority of like influencers I follow and my feed is just made up of either girls who are like my size or normally bigger and normally more successful. I follow a lot of plus and curvy models, lots of bloggers, social activists, writers, podcasters, and I think sometimes we forget that like our Instagram belongs to us, our social accounts belong to us. We curate our feed. I think of it a bit like if you were running a TV show and it's your job to give the airtime to what benefits you, so stop giving airtime to accounts that don't make you feel well. I think that's like the number one thing, the concrete thing that you can actually do, an action from this video, is that you can just have a bit of a cull of people who don't make you feel good about yourself, or people who make you strive to be different in a negative way. Commission and fire shows on your TV channel as you choose. I'll link a few of my favourites below, but there are people like Brie Warren, Jennifer Tillamille, Callie Thorpe, Leslie Sidora. Also, actually a good point to mention is because I am like plus size, curvy model, whatever you want to call the label, my body has always validated me, and I know that's a very unique position to be in because my body has like provided me with a living and given me followers, and it's actually given me opportunities, and I think that that is unique. So I do think that what I say needs to be taken with a pinch of salt, because I think I've been it's just another addition to why I feel positive about my body. And I get asked all the time what I think of with like labels, curvy, plus size, all that kind of thing, and I really don't care. It's such a boring question, and labels is like what somebody wants to call me, and that's none of my business. I am not going to get like involved with, I kind of think about it if you're in a car, and like being involved with other people's opinions so much is like focusing on the traffic next to you, and it's such a distraction, and it doesn't benefit you, and it's noise and it's involvement, and it's just unnecessary. And I'd rather just focus on where I'm going, what I'm doing, how I'm feeling, my next like goal and aim, and it's always driving forward rather than like focusing on this side noise. So like, label me plus size, mid size, normal size, say I'm too small to be plus size, like whatever, I don't really care. I think it's more about the relationship you have with your body, and the labels are just like, it's just nonsense, it's boring. Oh, I just had to change my battery, and I'm wondering if framing isn't the same, is it? I can't. This'll do. My second main point is that time is ticking. We have very limited time on this planet. We are only given one life, and we don't even know when that time is going to be up. And I always felt very alone in this kind of mortality check. And when people be like, what motivates you, what makes you confident, all this kind of stuff, I thought it was so weird to say death. Then I watched the Steve Jobs, I think it's the Stanford commencement speech. Please watch that after you watch this video. I love it so much. And he said death is the single best invention of life, and it is what keeps us motivated. If we had this life forever, we would not be motivated to do anything. I will also link that below because it's just such a great one to watch. It's a ticking clock, and it's like counting down, it's not counting up. And I'm thinking that time spent hating, loathing, or even just generally thinking about my body will affect every part of my life, especially if I think about it in a negative way. So like my social interactions, my self-worth, my confidence, even like going to model casting, so it's going to affect like my job and my livelihood. And I really need to use this time wisely to make the most of my one life. We're only going around once, we don't know when our time's going to be up, so we have to make it count. Time spent thinking about my body is time wasted that we will never ever get back, in my opinion. And not to be too quote heavy during this, but self-doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. And I just think if you have that self-doubt mindset, be it about your body or even yourself, like your value, it's gonna affect your life in such a negative way. And I don't want that for myself. My third core belief is that I have more to offer the world than my body. You've probably heard me say this before, but like, my body isn't my trump card. It's not the main attribute that I have. It's not my best thing that I have to give to the world. And by focusing on what we look like so much and placing so much value on it, I'm saying that this is the focus, this is me, this is the most important thing I have to give out. And it's just not my most valuable offering at all. Like, one of my Instagram captions before was, they're all my own, but they're all my own. If you're beautiful is the compliment that you're dying to hear, then you are seriously undervaluing yourself. There are so many better compliments. And yet, of course, it's nice to be told that you look nice. Like, I think you'd be alien to not feel good when somebody tells you that, but it's not the only thing, and it should never be the focus. We have so much to offer those around us, and women have been made to feel like the physical shell is the making of us. Women are kind of the ones who are good to look at, whilst the men are the CEOs and the chefs and the bosses and the tech ones and the business-minded ones. And we need to stop making the way we look be the be-all and end-all and start thinking about what our true value is. I'm convinced that this whole body image, what we look like thing, it's commercialization. And it's a very clever, capitalist-driven method, this mechanism to make sure that we're always investing in the way we're looking, and we are spending money to improve this and make fixes for the problems that we have. So I wrote a list of stuff that we as women regularly spend money on. Gyms, skincare, makeup, exercise programs, personal trainers, nail care, new clothes, vintage clothes, designer handbags, invasive procedures, non-invasive procedures, skinny tea, shapewear, waist trainers, fake tan, real tan, hair tools, hair color upkeep, jewelry, literally anything on QVC. And whilst I am like an advocate for commercialization, I suppose, because I always promote like shopping and brands and fashion and all that kind of stuff, and have like a tiny corner in the bathroom cabinet, and women have 3 drawers and 4 shelves, and it's like, well, yeah, because there's so much stuff that we need to do. And it was Dr. Gail Dines who said, if all the women woke up tomorrow and were happy with the way that they looked, imagine how many industries would go out of business. They need us to feel like things always need to be improved and changed and altered and looked better, and there is just this endless pit, and you will never reach feeling satiated and feeling like you're just happy with how you are, because there's always something to be done to your body to change the way you look and to make it better. And I'm totally a victim to it as well. Like, I'm looking around my room right now, seeing the obscene amount of money, a lot of it's gifted as well though, but stuff that I've spent my money on to make myself look better. It's surrounding us. Just like, take a look at your room now and just see all the stuff that you've been sold and the reasons why you've been sold it. But I do like indulging in kind of beauty and skincare and all that kind of stuff, but I just think, like most things, it's about finding that balance and trying to understand, is that something you really want and need and it makes you happy, or are you being sold something for somebody else's benefit and it plays on your insecurities? Are we really that imperfect, or are we just trying to be sold another product? There's a reason why men take 15 minutes to get ready and women can take like 2 hours. I wanted to end on something actually really gloomy, but for me, I feel like is the most important point. And we've had a lot of cancer in my family. My mum has had it twice, and she's had chemo once, and that was like probably the lowest I have ever been. My auntie had cancer and passed away. My mum's cousin had cancer and passed away, and my great auntie is going through breast cancer for the 2nd time. So there is a lot of it in the family. And at points it definitely feels like we've suffered an unfair amount of loss and hardship. And honestly, a day doesn't go by when I think of cancer in some way and how it's affected us. However, I am a big believer in gleaning whatever positives you can, even from the worst situations ever imaginable. And I think I'm actually a really happy person in general with all facets of my life, my body only being one of those, because I am so grateful and practice gratitude for so many different things. And I always think about what the worst case scenario could be and then compare it to the situation that I'm in, and always feel quite grateful and lucky for that. And it's a very fulfilling feeling to have. I would definitely recommend practicing gratitude if you want to be a happier person. Like, the two are linked so strongly, and it's incredibly easy habit to pick up, in my opinion. Life doesn't go on forever, and you don't know when your time is up, and you don't know how you're going to go and what you're going to have achieved by that time. So it's about packing it in, and then with gratitude, feeling grateful for what my body does every day without me even thinking. Even the movements that I'm making now, trying to click my back, and the blinking and the breathing, and the fact I have 4 working limbs, and the fact we're in the middle of a pandemic, and just stuff that makes you feel grateful for everything that you take for granted all the time about your body. It's constantly working. Like, what am I, 28 now? And it hasn't turned off once. Like, it sleeps every night, but it's always performed for me, even to the point of it is my job now. Like, I use my body so much, it gives me so many opportunities. And even if you're not a model, it helps you walk to work. Like, you laugh with it. So much stuff you do with your body. How could we possibly critique it for having cellulite or stretch marks, or you know, being a bit lumpy here and there. I'm just not in a position to do that, especially when I've seen my family's bodies not working in the way that they've wanted them to, not fixing themselves, actually destroying themselves. So for that reason, I just feel like I'm not in a position to critique my body's aesthetics at all. And just with the cancer background, it just puts any kind of body problems into perspective for me. And I think the humbling experiences of loss and illness remind you of the fragility of life. We've only ever known to be alive, so we just take it for granted all the time. My body is serving me every single second of my whole entire life, without pause, apart from when we sleep. And even then it's still doing stuff. And I have to be grateful for that. How could I not be? It's everything. My body is everything. And it's weird because I feel like I was saying at the beginning it's not, but what I'm saying it's not is my body isn't the thing that I give out to life in that aesthetic way. It's like capable of so much and it affords me so much. I have nothing but gratitude for it. And I think that's the key point, is the gratitude. So maybe take some time to honestly think and write down what your body does for you and try and reflect on that, and just let the gratitude like fill you up and remind yourself of what your body does, because it's a hell of a lot. So thank you very much for watching my video. I hope it helped. I hope you liked it. It's the most honest video I've ever done. I really enjoyed filming it for you. I felt a bit emotional towards the end. And I don't have an emotional relationship with my body at all. It's just like, I'm here, I'm ready to do stuff for you, let's do it. It's my little partner in life. And yeah, I love it, but also sometimes I just like it, and a lot of the time it's just there and it's here, and that's body neutrality for me. It's like, my body's here. So yeah, do comment below and let me know what you think and how you feel, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you liked it as much as I enjoyed filming this for you. So I'll see you in the next one, and I'll try not to cry. But thank you so much, and thank you to anyone who follows me and subscribes to my channel. It really means so much to me, and we are growing. I won't give up. We're keeping growing, and I'm really enjoying creating content for you guys. So I will talk to you all soon. Bye.